Sell her. Linda Meach convinced him not to. Oamaru Force, a son of Geiger Counter. He won the shorts, the Starlight Stakes, the sire of this mare. Out of a Nassapur mare, it's the family Black Satin, won an Irish 1,000 guineas and produced Zarovich, who was a Group 1 winner in the US. And gee, she's tough.
She is tough, and she is such a hard try. You know, she's won 8 out of 13 now, won over 300,000 in prize money. And like you said, she's by Oamaru Force. I'm sure when this little filly by Oamaru Force walked into Peter Moody's stable, like you can imagine all the other blue-blooded horses in there, he'd be thinking, what's that? But she can run, and at the end of the day, that's all that really matters.
Absolutely right. Another one that can run but has the pedigree as well to go with it. This is Altius at Rosehill Gardens, winning a pretty competitive 3-year-old race.
Circle of Power. Favourites are out of business. Next to Nix is coming down the outside late. It's Altius the leader with 100 metres to go. And Altius is surging away late. Will he be too good in the run to the line and won it. Next to Nix.
Well, it is one of the best pedigrees, if not the best pedigree in Australia, you'd have to say. Redout's Choice out of Circles of Gold. She's an Oaks winner herself. And we know that this is the three-quarter brother to Elvstrom, who, of course, was by Danehill, same as Redout's Choice. And also Harada Sons, the half by, of course, Fusaichi Pegasus. And, yeah, just what a wonderful family it has been so far. And he's now a winner as well and looking as if he's going on with more.
He is. It was a terrific win. It's interesting that like the previous horse is Midsummer Music, and I mean, if we think that that's sort of a non-commercial type pedigree, well, this is the complete opposite end of the scale. But, you know, it was an interesting win, promising horse. Hopefully he's going to train on now and win some good races. Circles of Gold, she turned 20 yesterday.
Yes.
She's got a yearling colt by Taylor the Cat, and she's due to foal to High Chaparral.
Amazing, isn't it? There is Circles of Gold. Well, this is when she was 19. So, yep, just turning 20 yesterday, and just a magnificent producing. There's so much masque about her. And, well, she's just done the job for so long for Cornwall.
She has, and Star Spangled Banner's coming back from that family, and he'll be the next chapter.
All right, another blue blood we saw there at Rosehill Gardens on Saturday. This is Florentina. This is by Redout's Choice, from the family of Redout's Choice.
Is starting to fly down the centre of the track, and then Leviosa. Florentina in front, Double Ranger out in the middle of the track comes after it. Double Ranger race to Florentina. There's not going to be much in this. Florentina fights back and won it. Florentina has held off Double Ranger.
Well, she'd had a bit of a breathing problem, but obviously David Payne has that right now. For John Camilleri, second to Helmet on debut. This is just a great family. The half-sister to Gathering, Celebria has also produced. He won the Group 1 in Perth, the Railway. And really, it is a bit like, you can see dancing show there. You can see it's almost like the grandkids getting together, isn't it, really, with this pedigree? The first cousins involved, and they've produced a very smart filly.
It's a 3x3 double cross of that dancing show, and it's something that we're seeing quite a lot in pedigrees. People are experimenting with that quite a lot. Certainly at the yearling sales earlier this year, you saw it a number of times. I was having a look at the Arion stats last night, actually. There's been 12 winners that are bred that way, that are carried. Not necessarily 3x3, but double dancing show. And 2 of them are stakes winners in Shared Reflections and Tranquility.
Yeah, it certainly works, doesn't it? And it might work with this little filly. This is a full sister to Florentina with mum Celebria there in a paddock at Cornwall Stud. And that little miss can certainly gallop as well. Look forward to her. Hopefully getting to the racetrack as well. Another race from Rosehill Gardens, horse of the future, Fortella. Chris Waller had said one of the best imports he's got. Obviously thinks he's going to be a Group horse. He's by Dan Silly out of Prophecy. Now, she won a Group 1 Newmarket Cheveley Park Stakes. Fortella's a half-brother to Modern Look, who won group races in France. And this horse was bought for 100,000 guineas at the Tattersalls Autumn Horses in Training sale. We'll have Jimmy George from Tattersalls on in a few weeks talking about that sale and the Aussie buyers. But by Dan Silly, who we'll show you shortly, he's been really good for Chris Waller, these imports, bringing these imports in.
Very much so. This horse is probably a little bit different to some of them. When you look at his pedigree, there's quite a bit more speed in it, and certainly he races that way. By a sire in Dan Silly, who's a really interesting horse. He's not unlike Commands in the European context, in that he wasn't a Group 1 winner, was a very, very well-bred horse, but when he went off to study, didn't get the A-grade mares. He sort of had to do it himself, and now he's right up there with the best stallions.
All right, so there is Dan Silly at Juddmont Farms by Danehill out of her Silly, of Harbinger and Rail Link as well that won the Arc. One more race we'll just show you quickly. Cole Grinder, this was in Adelaide. Peter Moody, of course, taking out the Lightning Stakes here. This is a horse by Exceed and Excel, and a really good end-of-season sprint, this one. Dan won a couple of races. Is a half-sister to River Dove, who won an Oakley Plate out of Ride the Rapids. And really good to see this horse going on with the job by Exceed and Excel.
She was the 40th stakes winner for Exceed and Excel. He's had a great year with his 2-year-olds, but obviously she's a 3-year-old, so, you know, he's got more strings to his bow than just 2-year-olds. A homebred for contract racing, and the Moody's have had a lot of success with this family over the years. You mentioned River Dove, who won an Oakley Plate, and also Willow Creek, who was one of the better 2-year-old fillies last season.
There are just some shots of Exceed and Excel there, the Danehill stallion, who's really flying the flag with Helmet in particular, winning the Sires and the Champagne. That's him at Dalham Hall. All right, the first of the foals. Let's see the first foals being born here for 2011. This one, Soldier's Tale, out of Trace Scalini. Third dam is Research.
Yeah, this one was sent in by Steve Donison down in Melbourne, down in Victoria there, at Yarran, which is near Nagambie. I think it's near Swettenham and Darley. That's a really good broodmare farm. And very happy with this filly, which is their first arrival of the spring. Yeah,
second foal. This is the full brother to Sacred Kingdom. This is in Costa del Lago. Courtroom Sweetie.
Yeah, this one was born up at Coolmore on July the 26th, so this was another early bird foal as well. And full brother to a champion, a great result for his breeder, Andy Calvert.
Okay, and the third one, this is out of Regal Chamber. This is the half-2 Regal Cheer, the Coolmore Classic winner, and this one by Velixa at Lomar Park. Of course, Kitchwin and Dewporth are sponsoring the BreedNet Foal Gallery as well.
Yes, they are. Dewporth is he's one of these stallions that are going to have his first foals this spring. There's a great deal of anticipation surrounding those. He's a beautiful looking horse, Group 1 winning son of Red Ransom. And Kitchwin will be having a side competition to the foal gallery. And whatever we deem as the best Dewporth foal at the end of the season will get a free service to Dewporth next spring.
More foals coming up next week. The Sales Diary, just a few sales in New Zealand. Some really good horses going through that winter mixed bloodstock sale for NZB at Karaka. The sale in Christchurch, the 2-year-olds mixed bloodstock sale. We've seen horses like Master O'Reilly coming through that. Good draft of Yaman and Vitals, I believe. There. Magic Millions monthly sale on the Gold Coast, 12th of August. And then the English Thoroughbred sale in Melbourne, 18th and 19th of August. And that broodmare sale at Scone, that's right in the middle of the stallion weekend up there. So make sure you check out the broodmares. Pick up a nice broodmare to go to one of the new stallions up in the Hunter Valley. Thanks for your company here on the Return Show, Tara.
It's good to be back.
All right, very good to be back. Next week, a special on the Queensland farms. We'll show you 5 featured properties from Queensland. We'll see you then.
This program is proudly brought to you by Inglis, Australia's leading source of Group 1 winners.